I remember I told my little cousin, my sister, you know, this shit put into your head can't possibly be good for you. And then later on, they're like, oh, by the way, you know, this causes cancer. Ding. Surprise, surprise. What did you think? No. So now, what do we have here? We have a movement of people that have similarities, but they have some differences. They have some political differences. The reason that it's so much harder to organize from the grassroots level is that when they have differences, they know what their bottom line is. We're here to make money. All right? Fuck our differences. I don't care if you're Jewish or I'm Muslim or he's a Christian or if he's an atheist. Who gives a fuck? Let's get this money and fuck these little people over. That's how they think, yo. And the problem with a lot of movement situations is that we get hung up on the little differences. Oh man, I like that guy's politics, but you know, he said this once upon a time, or he believes in the wrong type of socialism, or the fuck over him. Realize what's really at stake. You know, the future of not just this country, but of this world. It's all about to go. You know, not on some 2012 shit, but realistically speaking, the resources are running out. All right? You're going to look at this video in years from now, and you're going to say, damn, yo, he was right. We should have been focused on all this. But you won't listen, you know? Go read the Bible. People don't even listen to God. Why the fuck would you listen to me? But if you really do want to make a change, like you want to have some kind of effect, or you want to build with like-minded people, come down here to Wall Street. It's still here. People are still working. They're still willing to have a conversation. They're still willing to debate with people. You know, we're willing to have that debate. That's how you know somebody's a fraud. They're not willing to put their ideas up against anybody else's. They're not willing to measure the failure of their own system. Their system failed. Their markets crashed. The economy in this country collapsed. And then you have individuals. Then you have other individuals. I'll get 1 second. I'll get to this book. It's a great book. But this is another issue that I think people need to obviously confront, that every aspect of the media is being controlled, yo. Then I had people, this is the best part to me, when people called Obama a socialist. Hold on, homie. This is a corporate lawyer. Yeah, he did his time as a community organizer in the same way, like, you know, some girl in a rich community will slum around with some niggas from the hood before you end up marrying somebody your daddy approves of. That's about it, yo. And now he has to follow the bottom line of what it is. It's not hatred. We're not saying it's out of hatred for anybody's politics. We're saying it out of the realization that if we don't change our minds about how this country works, then we're not going to have a country anymore. That's the point. People say, oh, you don't like America, get out. Why? Why would I get out and leave it in your hands? You fucked it up so much already. Isn't it time that I don't leave? Isn't it time that I bring people here who think like me so we can outvote idiots like you? We need to start forming our own voting blocks, going into people's neighborhoods, spreading the gospel of true democracy. Because we don't have that in this country. We don't have a true democracy. We have a republic, which is a group of individuals that are supposed to represent a large group of people. But they don't. They just represent their own private interests. That's it. So that's all it is. That's all we're here to do. We're not here to spread hatred. We're not here to assault anybody. When they come in here with their reactionary paid Praetorian Guard to attack people, all they're doing is being an embarrassment to themselves. All they're doing is hurting themselves. Because they don't realize that we're a part of them whether they know it or not. And that uniform does not make them, you know, a different type of human being. They're still a person under that metal skin. You know, and what we need to do is bring people who are on the fringe, who may not be necessarily part of the movement, to understand the basic premise of what we're trying to do. To make this country a better place, you know? People talk about religion a lot. If your religion doesn't make you a better person, then it's failed you as a religion. You know, if it makes you, you know, more of a really presumptuous individual that's, man, you need to believe in what I believe, otherwise I don't love you, then it's failed. We're supposed to be getting along better with one another. This is supposed to ennoble you. But if it's not, you know, the same way they preach this gospel of trickling down economics and capitalism, it's not trickling down. They're just pissing on everybody. They don't care. Now, the real question is, then what do we do with our money? Where do we put it if we don't put it in their banks? Are we going to keep it under a mattress somewhere? These are serious questions that we have to confront as a community. You know, where's our food going to come from? We have to become more self-sustaining as human beings so we don't rely on everything that they give us. Because then we turn into junkies. Somebody comes and gives you Coke every day, man, this stuff's great. And then one day it's like, no, I'm not going to give you that today. Unless you do something for me. Now you're used to it. Now you're hooked to it. Now it's like, oh, I need that. If I don't get that, then I get twitchy and crazy, you know? I've never been a fiend. I never did shit like that. But I've seen people, and it's, you know, that's what's going on in this society. People are turning to fiends, junkies. Of what? I just want people to open their eyes a little. This isn't about some specific political doctrine for me. This is about seeing honest to God, everyday people, human beings, American citizens, people around the world that know that the same thing is going on in their country. We talk about democracy so much, but we have supported so many governments around the world that are the farthest thing from a democracy as long as they give us access to their natural resources. As long as when we say jump, they say how high. That's it. We have employed bin Ladens plenty of times when it serves our purpose. We employed Saddam Hussein when it served our purpose. And I say we because we as a people have a responsibility to change that sort of behavior in this country. We as a people have an opportunity to now change a different country, a different people, and a different human race. And if we don't, then we're going to suffer the same fate as everything else that never changed or never evolved. We will become extinct as a species. And that's it. That's your fucking option. Change and get better and accept that this system is flawed and needs to be changed, or become extinct. You might buy yourself a few years living in your little modern castle. Fuck. Listening. Occupy Wall Street.